Hey YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Sai. So in today's video, I thought I would do a follow-up from a previous video that I made on the furlough scheme. As the furlough scheme is coming to an end on Saturday, 31st of October. So what is life like after furlough? Well, that's what I hope to address in today's video. But before I jump into it, while you watch the intro video, why not smash that like button and turn it blue so you can help YouTube recommend this video to lots of other people who may find it useful. So, what's going to happen come the 31st of October after the furlough scheme comes to an end? Well, the Chancellor has announced another scheme called the Job Support Scheme, which I'll be trying to go through in detail today, to help you understand how it all works, whether you're a business owner who needs to implement this with your own staff, or if you fall under the millions of people who have been put on furlough and now wondering what will happen after October. So, first of all, what is the Job Support Scheme? Well, last month in September, the Chancellor, Rishi Sunak, announced the new scheme that will replace the furlough scheme. So, here are some key details to know. The new Job Support Scheme starts on Sunday, 1st of November. It will run for 6 months. As it stands, the government has not made a deadline for employees to actually apply for it, or how much notice that employees must be given in order to be placed onto it. Now, in order to be eligible for the scheme, you must have been on your employee's PAYE payroll on or before the 23rd of September 2020. Now, your working hours must also be reduced, but your employer cannot reduce your hours less than a third of your normal working hours. And for the hours that you do work, your employer will pay you in full for those hours. However, the hours that you can't work, the cost is split 3 ways. Now, the government will pay for a third of the unworked hours, up to £697.92 a month. Then your employer will pay for the second third of that, and unfortunately, the final third is an amount that you just have to live without. So let's try to understand this a little bit better. Now, the worst case scenario, you've been asked to work a third of your normal hours. So this means that you'll be guaranteed pay for that 1/3 of work that you do. Now, the remaining 2/3 will get split into 3, where 1/3 will be paid by the government up to the value of £697.92, and then a second third will be paid by your employer, and then you lose out on that final third. So we can calculate what your salary threshold would be in order to get the most out of the scheme if your hours have been cut down to the worst situation. So, for instance, £697.92, if we were to multiply that by 3, that would give you 2/3 of your overall annual salary, which is equal to £2,093 a month. Now, if we then divide that by 2 and then multiply that by 3, that will give you the max salary a month, which will be £3,139.50, which translates to a salary of £37,674. So what this means is that if you earn less than £37,674, you won't be affected by the government cap. Therefore, as part of the Job Support Scheme, you will get at least 77% of your usual pay if your hours have been cut down to the minimum allowed. However, if you do earn more than £37,674, you could end up earning less than 77% of your regular annual salary. But the question now should be, what if my hours have not been cut down to the minimum amount? Well, from the calculations we just made, if you were working 33% of your normal hours, your employer would pay 55% and the government would pay you 22%. So you would then end up getting that 77% of your normal salary. Now, if you're working 50% of your normal hours, then your employer would end up paying 67% of your salary and the government pays 17%, so you would end up getting paid 83% of your normal salary. Then also that means that if you have been asked to work 70% of your normal working hours, then your employer would be paying 80% of your salary and the government would pay 10%, meaning that you would receive 90% of your normal salary. Now, obviously the government tries to make this all complicated. So let me try and portray this in another way. Now let's just take someone like John. Now John usually works 5 days a week. And to make the maths really easy, I'm going to say that John earns £500 a week as well. But now, due to the job support scheme, John has been asked to work only 2 days a week. Therefore, John will be working 40% of his normal working hours. So for those 2 days that John is working, he would be paid as normal by his employer. Now that ends up being £200, as that's 40% off the £500 that he would usually get. But what about that remaining 3 days that John is not working? Well, John will get paid 2/3 of what he would have normally got paid for those 3 days. So he would end up getting another £200 instead of £300. Now the additional £200 that John is getting paid for not working is paid half by his employer and then half by the government through the job support scheme. So that at the end of the week, John will be walking away having been paid £400, which is 80% of his normal pay of £500. So I hope that makes a bit more sense. Now, there are some more key points to be aware of. The scheme is not available for every company. It is only available to small and medium-sized businesses. Now, the government have not been very precise about what the definition of a small medium-sized business is. But usually, a small and medium-sized business is one that has at least two of the following. Number one, turnover of less than £25 million. Number two, they have less than 250 employees. And number three, their gross assets value is worth less than £12.5 million. Now, the scheme is open to any company that falls within this criteria across the whole of the UK, and it is also available to employers who took part in the furlough scheme and also employers who did not take part in the furlough scheme as well. Now, if you're on a 0-hour contract or irregular hours, you will also be eligible to this program. But the government has not yet stated how they would calculate those variable working patterns. Now, the national insurance and pension contributions will still remain payable by the employer under the job support scheme, unlike the furlough scheme where the scheme actually helped fund these contributions. Now, you'll also be allowed to go on and off the scheme. Therefore, if a business starts to pick up and you're asked to work at 100% capacity for a few weeks, and then the business drops and you're asked to work less than your normal contracted hours, your employer can cycle you on and off the scheme accordingly. Now, the Treasury will for sure release more detailed information towards the end of the month, but I hope the information that I've mentioned so far will help you for now to understand the new scheme and how it would really work. Now, unfortunately, there have been up to 3 million people who are left without help and support with the schemes that were put in place. And naturally, the job support scheme will also not be able to save everyone's jobs. Therefore, there will be even more people left unemployed. We've already started to see this with companies like Cineworld this week, which is the second largest cinema chain, which has decided to close its UK and US theatres, leaving as many as 45,000 people unemployed. Now, I wish I could wave a magic wand and make everything all right, but unfortunately I can't. But I have come across a group called Excluded UK, which is a community that has been set up to try and give a voice for those who have been left in a predicament. Now, it is early days with this community, but at least there is a group of people trying to have a voice and raise awareness to the situation. Now, I'll put a link in the description down below to Excluded UK's website, so please check it out if you do unfortunately fall into this situation. But as I've mentioned in previous videos, if you have been hit with bad news, the best thing to do is to see the silver lining. And one of the best things that I've been able to see whenever I have lost my job in the past is that I was given the gift of time. Especially in this day and age, the internet gives us lots of opportunities to learn new skills or make businesses out of our existing skills. And YouTube is a great source of knowledge to learn how to do anything. Now, if you do feel like you need some advice on doing something new or different, please leave a comment down below and I can reach out to you and see if I can help. But that's it for today's video. I hope you found it informative and been able to understand the new job support scheme that will be coming into play after furlough ends at the end of October. Now, if you haven't subscribed already, please head down to that red subscribe button and click it. along with the bell so you get notified when my next video comes out. And as always, make sure that you like this video, comment down below, and share with your friends and family. See you on the next video. Bye.